All right, we're back from our break, and we've got a special guest appearance here today, Mr. Quinn Eaker. And in case you people or any of our listeners out there don't know who he is, he's a gentleman that had his property raided over several different varieties of plants in a drug raid, all of which did not include any drugs. Anyway, I'd like to welcome Mr. Quinn Eaker. How you doing today, Quinn?
Greetings, Robert. It is great to be here. The purpose of freedom, coming together, common purpose.
Absolutely, absolutely. How do you like the Libertarian Convention so far?
I like it so far. There's a lot of, very adamant and driven people here who are really dedicated to liberty, to freedom, to change, and they're not just here to complain, they're here to actually do something. They're dedicating their time, they're dedicating their money, they're networking, all for the common purpose of more freedom.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I've met some of the candidates here and some of the people here, and they seem to be really on board with the commitment, and they're putting their dollar where their mouth is, and that's an important thing. Because if you're going to talk the talk, you got to be able to walk the walk, and unfortunately, that doesn't happen in society as often as I'd like to see it. But I got to admit, there's some pretty passionate people here, and they've got some pretty good ideas on fixing the system. Mr. Eaker, can you tell us about what happened with the raid on the property? How did that come about?
Well, it's a total atrocity, and the story is quite long. There is a lot of information online for anybody who's interested in more details, but the basis of it is we've been living very sustainably for quite some time. Most of what we're doing now, we've been doing for quite some time, and there was really no problem. In fact, Arlington had no idea we were even there. It was when we started doing this publicly. We started doing workshops, I started doing YouTube videos, started empowering people to grow their own food, to check out of the system, to be self-reliant, to be independent. And that's when it became, a problem for the system, for the city, and they didn't like that people were, checking out of the system or getting the knowledge on how to check out of the system and actually live the real solutions. Because we the people are the power, and so what I'm really doing is awakening people to the truth that you don't have to be a politician, you don't have to be rich. You don't have to be special. We are all special in our, in our divinity, in our birthrights. And this country was founded on we the people, by the people, for the people. And so all we have to do is claim that power back, and the country begins to change. So we started doing that publicly. The city came in, they gave us a bunch of citations for ridiculous things like improperly stacked wood, and grass that was too long, and indoor furniture that was outside, and vehicles that were parked on non-paved designated spots, just ridiculous stuff. We responded to them very honorably, very quickly, and said, hey, look, maybe you don't know what we're doing here, but we're doing very sustainable work. We're serving our community. We feed people, we house people, we shelter people, we educate people, we do free workshops. We do it all for free, no funding. We're not a business. We don't charge people. We're doing it to help our fellow man, our fellow woman, our brothers, our sisters.
When you say sustainability, how much sustainability is there? Are you guys like 100% sustainable, or just
well,
50%?
it depends on how you look at it. There are certain aspects of what we do that are technically not sustainable. But if you look at the real facets of, do we have shelter? Yes. Do we have food? Yes. Do we have methods of heating and electricity that are sustainable? Yes. Do we have enough to survive in a type of collapse? Yes, we do. Because we're living a much more modern life. We're not living like Amish people. We're not living out in the middle of nowhere. We're in the third largest metroplex in the whole United States, DFW. We're right in the middle of the city. So in certain ways, we're not sustainable. But our overall, what they call a carbon footprint, our overall carbon footprint is actually way negative. Because the few things that we do still do that are, quote-unquote unsustainable is completely made up for the vast amount of extras we do. Like, we've built our whole sustainable piece of land on basically human waste and human trash. So we've built buildings out of trash. We have made compost that has grown food and fed people out of trash, and we're actually saving all of that from the trash.
How many people have you fed?
Oh, thousands and thousands of people. Just on Christmas Eve alone, we fed 600 homeless people in one day.
Oh, wow.
And we've been doing this, for years, and we have people that live with us that we feed every day, but we also have people that come for our open house, or they come for a workshop, or they come for a week or a month, and we feed those people. So we fed a lot of people, and we're feeding all of these people with waste that we're actually saving. You know, bags of leaves, wood chips, cardboard, newspaper, junk mail, all sorts of things that are trash that would go to the landfill, and it would require a truck to go to the landfill and, you know, be totally wasted and sit there for thousands of years. And we're actually saving all of that and using that in a highly sustainable way. So we're actually saving a lot more. So our carbon footprint is overall way on the negative side.
So, what are some of the sustainable projects you have going on as far as food? You talk about food and shelter. What about energy? How do you guys manage all that?
Well, my number one advice, or my number one opinion on real sustainability is, you know, not necessarily relying on technology, but living more sustainably. So using less. You know, we don't necessarily need to take a shower every day, and if we do, we can take a well shower instead of, you know, a shower with city water. You know, we don't have to use so much. We don't have to consume so much. So that's a big thing for me, is just using less. You know, we don't run air conditioning. We don't run central heating. You know, we don't have hot water heaters. You know, there's all sorts of things that people normally are using every day. You know, we don't leave lights on. You know, we don't have appliances plugged in and left on. You know, we're very conservative in what we do use. So that's number one. Number two is we have some solar panels. We've got, as far as like heating elements, we have a wood-burning stove that we do all of our cooking on, that we heat our house with, and that we also heat our water for showers and dishes, and it's all done with a copper coil. So all of that's happening. Yeah, all of that's happening in one mechanism. In the summertime, we use passive solar to heat water. We use compost to heat water. We've got a compost system that has a coil in it, and compost gets up to 150, 180 degrees, so we can easily get water up to 120 plus degrees. We can power a hot tub with it. We can, you know, take showers. We can do dishes with it. So if you do things really sustainably, it is actually possible to take sustainable baths or sustainable showers, and, you know, we're succeeding in that. You know, so there's all sorts of, you know, varying techniques, varying possibilities for different types of things. You know, we have rainwater collection, we have wells. You know, so what we really like to do is not rely on one thing, but like to really showcase many different ways of doing the same things. You know, it's like heating water, for example. We're heating in 3 different ways, and all of them could work, and really depending on where you are dictates what's most sustainable.
Okay, Greg, we'll be right back after this commercial break. You guys hang in there with us, and we'll see you in just a second.